Hi guys, welcome to Absolute Roadie. I'm Karan and you also know me as Prince. Where am I? I'm at the BMW Motorrad dealership Dubai and I'm standing next to one of the most nostalgic, one of the most iconic launches by BMW for the year 2020, and that's the BMW R18. This is the 1802cc engine, the biggest ever boxer produced by BMW for their motorcycle lineup. Well, has the Christmas come early for some of the BMW riders or for the ones who are looking for a nostalgic cruiser? Let's find it out.
Again. Let's begin now.
300cc, that's a big engine, but BMW has taken care of it. It's both air and oil cooled. Now, this is an 1802cc engine, which is 4-stroke boxer, and it comes with two chain-driven camshafts. The engine produces 91 horsepower at 4,750 RPM, and the torque peaks out at 3,000 RPM and stands at 116 pound-feet. Now that's a very critical RPM range, and we'll talk about it in detail in a later part of the video. However, the drivable RPM range where it produces 100 pound-feet of torque stands between 2,000 to 4,000 RPM. Having spoken about the engine, let's talk about the features of the bike, which really makes it one of the most iconic and one of the most nostalgic bike launches for BMW for the year 2020. Well, the black glossy paint, the mirror polish on the paint really makes the bike stand out, especially the two iconic white stripes. These stripes really takes us back to the 70s. It actually gives the bike a nostalgic and iconic touch. The two white stripes on the gas tank and on the rear fender, they really add that flavor to it. Having said that, there is a lot of chrome on the bike. The bike has, long chrome exhaust, the long pipes, again, giving it a big nostalgic touch. Plus, there are touches of chrome on the handlebar, the odometer dial itself, even the gas tank cap. All these chrome touches add that flavor of nostalgia, add that flavor of making it one of the most iconic launches for the year. If you are from the Indian subcontinent, you would recall one of the most iconic bikes of our times during the 80s and the 90s, which was the Yamaha RX100. The stripe on the gas tank made it really stand out. Well, this is definitely a very nostalgic and iconic bike, and every minute in this video we'll be talking about all the features of this bike. So if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe it, and if you are a potential BMW R18 buyer, then watch out the video until end. BMW also calls it a modern cruiser. Now there are two extreme sides. It's a modern cruiser, at the same time it's nostalgic and iconic. Yes, the nostalgia and the features that make the bike stand out and make it iconic are definitely aesthetic part of the bike. However, the features which make the bike a modern cruiser is something which we're going to talk about in detail now. The bike has been classified as a modern cruiser, and I would agree with that. Despite all the nostalgia and the iconism, surrounding it, the bike is actually a modern cruiser. Now let's find out and let's figure out in what ways. Is that bike only meant for long distance ride, for weekend rides, for countryside rides, or for some medium rides? Or can this bike be a daily commute? Can this bike be driven to work and back? Can this bike face the city traffic? Would be able to maneuver it in the city? Let's find it out now. Let's talk about the features which I consider make this bike a modern cruiser. We'll start from the front and go till the end, talking about each feature in length. Now on the front, I see the front suspensions, which are telescopic fork, 49 mm, pretty good for city ride and also for your long hauls. I also see twin disc brakes. These are 300 mm diameter with 4-piston fixed caliper. Now a bigger engine, better brakes, BMW delivers on that. At the rear, we have a single disc brake, which is 300 mm in diameter again. So that's a pretty well set up for all cruiser bike, where we have twin disc brakes in the front and a single brake at the rear tire. The reason why I'm saying so is because even I am a cruiser rider. I ride a Dyna Fat Bob, and I've been riding it for 4 years. That's a cruiser bike. I ride it daily to work and back. I have ridden the bike on long distance ride. Now I find some similarities. If I'm looking at this bike, which are the customers I'm looking at? I'm looking at potential customers who would have either gone for a lowrider, a Fat Bob, or a Fat Boy. These are the customers which I would see may be potential buyers for a BMW R18, and that's what we find in all those three bikes as well. So suspensions are pretty good in the front with twin disc brakes. That's add a lot of value to it. It's a bigger engine, higher power, you need better brakes, and which the bike delivers. Moving next, we also see a lot of chrome touch. Again, a lot of nostalgia to the bike. It's a very simple odometer with a chrome ring onto it, and having written over here as Berlin built, that's add a little bit of nostalgia. Even the font speaks of that. Having said that, the lights are pretty modern. It's got nice transparent indicators with a big round headlamps. Now I'm a fan of round headlamps, and I always relate to motorcycles with round headlamps only. So I really love those lights over here. The good part of the bike is there are some features which are standard, which usually other manufacturers sell as accessory, or you end up buying it from the aftermarket. One of the features is having an adjustable clutch lever and the front brake lever. So you can adjust it depending on the size of your palm, which is a pretty good feature, which is coming stock with the R18 Classic model. Now again, given that it's a ride-by-wire technology which we have in the R18 Classic, BMW is able to help us with 3 riding modes: rock, roll and rain, which is pretty good. You do not find such modes in a classic cruiser like this. Going further, we have the double cradle steel frame where the big boxer engine is mounted, which has got a 6-speed transmission and a single disc dry clutch. Now we'll talk about the single disc dry clutch later in length, but moving forward, what we see is the shaft drive. Now that's what brings out the soulfulness in the bike. It's an open shaft drive and it's a beauty to look at it. Moving further down, we have the steel swing arm with the central shock strut. Having said that, what more adds value to the bike of being a daily commute bike, if I'm comparing with other cruisers, one of the major factors which will help you use this bike as a daily commute are its wheel sizes. These have got 16-inch rims, both front and rear. Now, it's a vast difference if you are using front rims which are 17, 19 or upwards. A 16-inch rim will help a lot in maneuvering you in the city traffic, and that's what makes this bike a perfect cruiser even for a daily ride and not just for your weekend long hauls. Talking about the seats, we've got a nice wide seat for the rider, and we also got a seat for the pillion. Now the pillion seat seems to be a little thin, but I'm sure we will have a lot of seat options in aftermarket or from BMW accessories store. Moving at the rear end, at the fender, we have the indicators with integrated brake lights, adding again a modern touch to this cruiser. Moving back to the center, what we see for the rider are mini floorboards, which is a good thing to have. And for the rear passenger, what we have are the foot pegs. So guys, having spoken about the features which I consider makes BMW R18 a modern cruiser, now it's time to go back to the 2 topics that we left to be discussed at a later stage. Topic number 1 was on the drivable RPM range, and the topic number 2 was on the single disc dry clutch which the bike has. Talking of the single disc dry clutch, that definitely raised some questions in my mind. Given that I was looking the bike from lens of a modern cruiser, I expected a multi-disc wet clutch. Now we all know the pros and cons of a wet clutch versus dry clutch. The clutch will definitely throw in more power at the rear wheel, and at the same time it will increase the lifespan of the engine oil. But having said that, the wet clutch are known to take more abuse. They are known to perform better during excessive heat conditions. But at the same time, I also have a lot of confidence on BMW engineering, and I believe, in this setup that it should perform well. It should go very well with the Boxer engine. Now, the drivable RPM range. Typically, a cruiser, if you're looking to ride in the city or even taking out for a long ride on weekends, is around 2,500 to 4,500. Now that's a very important RPM range, and in this machine you get the peak power and you also get the peak torque in this RPM range. So the bike gives you 91 horsepower at 4,750. So that's slightly beyond the more average drivable RPM range, but there is a continuous increase in the power from 2,500 until 4,500 RPM. At the same time, the bike also touches the peak torque at 3,000 RPM. So that's very important, and that's what you look in a cruiser bike. You need that peppiness. You need the bike to accelerate when you want. You need the bike, to give you that extra power. To give, when you hit the throttle, you need the bike to just move quickly, and that's the drivable range where the bike delivers the peak torque and it gives you a continuous increase in the power. So that, you know, is again a feature which helps make the bike a modern cruiser. So guys, this is the BMW R18, the classic, the nostalgic, the soulful, and the most iconic launch for BMW for the year 2020. Having said that, the bike has got classic branding on it. It's got the classic BMW logo on either side of the gas tank, and a BMW first edition trademark right here, again on the other side as well, and a BMW icon badge on the rear fender. If you're here with me until now, please like and subscribe to my channel, Absolute Roadie. Your subscription to my channel really helps me, motivates me to come out with more informative videos, more reviews on bikes and accessories, parts, and everything you can think and dream about motorcycles. See you guys. Cheers.